Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Animation Dojo. So yeah, I'm your instructor, Pedro, as always, trying to give you the ins and outs of what it is to go into this wacky world of animation. And continuing the class we did on Tuesday, which would be the run cycle, where we grabbed a character from Artiverse universe, Chrono Mechanics, and did a generic mechanic. I got some notes from Art, which is awesome. Is that way we can analyze what our position as animators is, which is we're here to work as a team, as a unit, and we can't really fall in love with our drawings. We're going to get notes from directors, clients, people who are above us, basically people who are paying us. So this notes that Art gave me, I'm gonna take heed to what the comments he says. He's an awesome illustrator, so he gave me some notes on basically certain details. He changed the pose and the model sheet, which is not something that basically like I can do it in every pose, but there's some details within the design that I have to take into account, and I can apply those corrections to the animation already made. So let's just go and check out what we've got. So this is what Art sent me. So he really quickly made outlines on how to change the costume here. So the color, which in the when from the references I got, I guess there was like an old design. It's a little bit more simplified, and the overall element it's more like a chess piece here. So you see this. So I'm gonna go look for the model sheet I made. Just look for it. We got that here, and then we can. Yeah, this is the logo. This is the shadows. This is the lines. Let's change this to a normal, so we can see the black lines. And let's pick up this. Oops, not like that. This element, this is JPEG, so I can just copy it and bring it here. Well, that's what happens when you work with a lot of layers. Kind of get things confused. So okay, and this is the black line. So this is gonna, let's get rid of this. And the sleeves. So this whole thing here has got to go. And we can bring up our blue line. So I might make so I can go faster. Can make the corrections here. And the thing is, I'm doing it in blue line drawing because that's how I learned. Like you don't need to do this, but my muscle memory is used to this. So basically, what we need here is a bit of a block. You see, like you can go really fast on plussing your character this way. So okay, so we get this. Remember drawing through the form so you can find your shapes. Then we can go with a darker shade of blue. Hey, what's up, Luke? How you doing, man? Yeah, Art pulled my ears, so I have to make some changes on the design I made. So this is a a good way to like show how to basically plus your drawings. And the logo I did, it was like an old logo, so it's just like a C that spells chrono. So good, it's all that good, and yeah. So this pocket is out, and it's more of a belt thing going on. So let's work on that. So the good thing to do elements like this, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, this is sort of mechanics. Like I did okay, let me show you. On Tuesday we did a class on a run cycle, but I want to make things more interesting to do a generic cycle. So I did a run cycle on a chrono mechanics character, and this is already done. So now I got some notes from art. I'm gonna modify the design and then apply the corrections on the animation, but I need to basically do it in the model sheet first. Okay, so this line here is out to lunch, so let's fix that. Whoops, I want you to move. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, we can start cleaning it up now. Okay. So this line should go. So does this one. Okay. Cool. There we go. How big of a neck does he? His neck is thicker. So yeah, let's make his neck thicker. Like around here. So yeah, just like when you're doing cleanup, like actually, this is actually pointers for to do cleanup animation. Notice that I don't go like doing like really short strokes of a line. I just try to like control the flow of the line in one swift stroke. That will help you like give you cleaner lines. They don't need to be perfect. Like if you use rulers or whatnot, I mean, unless you're doing like very angular stuff, but try to avoid rulers because that will make your lines look sterile. You know, just you want those little mistakes that our humanity provides to make things look alive. So just a matter of getting used to doing like really long controlled strokes. Okay, I got this. Yeah. And it's just practice. It's nothing like special or like mystical about it. Yeah. Keep it consistent, dude. That's the. And also for animation, like the thick and thins that you use in comic books, it's not really, unless you're ready to control those thick and thins throughout all your animation, which is basically a nightmare. I would advise against it, but so just keep like a nice constant line throughout, and that way, that like the line would tremble on screen if you don't control your thick and thins. So that can distract from the animation, but I mean, Danny Antonucci did it on Ed and Eddie, and that series ran for like, I don't know, like 4 seasons or something. Like, so what do I know, right? So okay, so the elements here, I need to do a cylinder to be able to place them correctly. Like if it was a belt, he's not really wearing a belt, but doing the cylinder here can allow me to, keep things constant. It's still darker. I don't know if you guys can see this. Okay. I'll take a little like attachment node here. Okay. This works. Let's clean it up. There we go. Now let's bring out rid of these lines. Okay. Let's make this eraser smaller so I can have more control about on what I'm erasing. Okay, so this is good. And now we go down. Okay, we can call this good. All right, let's fix the colors. And I need to get rid of the overlay, please. And this is the thing, like if you keep like flat colors to your model sheet, like this fixes are quite easy to achieve. So oh, okay. There we go. I don't know. Well, I don't know about the shoulder pads. Are we gonna go with a white color there? Probably. I think that will work. Let's just clean this up a bit. And again, changing to the color palette, it's actually quite easy in animation. So I'm just like following the color palette I used before, and if I get more notes from art, it's just a matter of changing the color in the paint bucket. So that's not that much of a biggie, I think. Let's just get this red here. I'm gonna get rid of it. So, okay. Remember in my workflow, what I used before, I think there's something I need to do here. because I don't want it to be black lines. I remember, yeah. So I have to put it in a soft light here, and you see the way you can get like the colors to look properly. You do a selection and then you invert it. Once it's inverted, you just come in and in the color layer, you just fill it out the way you want it to. And it's always like little things that you pick up. Well, I do declare that this pockets need another color, and we already have this color here for the boots and like undershirt, and the color for the gloves. Yeah, but these are too close. I think I'm gonna use the boots color for the pockets. I think that's gonna look good. So okay. 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 What do you guys think of that? Uh, I really feel there should be another color. So let's do that real quick. Maybe a darker shade. Yeah, yeah, I like this better. So all right, we took care of our arts notes. Now let's go back to our animation platform, which is OpenToonz. So I've already finished. The cool thing about this, like, okay, it's like 100 frames, but it's really, yeah, it's really just 12 drawings. So I just have to modify the 12, and it's gonna repeat all over what I already did. So this is gonna go quite fast. So this is what we got so far, right? The boots are all right. You only need to change like the chest area. So I don't have information on how it looks on the back because I didn't get notes from art from that position, but I do have how it looks on the front. So I'm just gonna do like an interpretation. Right now the head is too high. Let's bring it down a bit, like around here. And this element here is out. So you can always go check. Okay, so we got this going on. The sleeve element is not a t-shirt anymore. It's more of a like a shoulder pad. So remember, it's always what we're like when you're doing rough animation, like use as many lines as possible until you find the shape you want, the shape you're comfortable with. There we go. That's something. Always double check with your design. Okay. Now we need the cylinder here. We're not going to see that much of the back pocket, the pocket on the side that's like away from the camera, because they're pretty much like a little bit over from the side, the oriented to the front. So, okay, so we got that. So that will give us this. You know what? I'm gonna do something real quick here. Like I'm gonna do the underdrawing to find it in a lighter shade of gray. That way it won't be that confusing. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so drawing two. We're gonna need some onion skin here. Yeah, so let's get rid of all the things we don't need. Yeah. Still, you see the overlapping action of the hair still following, so we're not affecting it that much. Yeah, good to you. Actually, this head is a little bit too big, so let's check that. Oh, that's really good. We just have a big noggin. There we go. Hey, hi, Analia. Like I use raster for cleanup, but this is not really cleanup. This is still rough. I prefer raster level because it feels more like cleaning up organically, like, and that's a personal preference. A lot of people do use vector, and I don't like make people shy away from vector. Like they're just really good at it. I'm not, and I can do a better job with raster because basically in OpenToonz you go to your raster menu, you have like sketch inks and all the other brushes. Like the ink brush is really good. I just use like a very thin, almost like a minus 2.5 on my cleaning on my ink brush, and it works for me. So right now the torso is turning a little bit towards us, so we're gonna see more of the chest here. So it's gonna look something like this, and then at this point I will turn off the onion skin and see like how it progresses. Like if you keep the onion skin on, like it's really like you can't really see like the illusion of animation. Like the onion skin is gonna get in the way. I use the onion skin just like to check volumes, like the shape, the size of the head, or yeah, checking my volumes. Like for example, here the chest, like you can't see it, but I'm measuring with my fingers like this, and see where that line goes. Like it should be like around here. Actually, no, it should be lower. See, around here, which makes this lower also. Remember, use the tools you have at hand. Don't be shy to cut and paste. Hmm. If I get far enough today with this, like we start cleaning up this character. Like I already have the layer for it. See, I have all like the color palettes for everything, but yeah, I have to one thing at a time. Okay, let's find the belt. Okay. Remember, draw through the form to find the cylinder. Once you got that down, now wait, because the hip is going the other way. Like the chest is doing this and the hip is doing this. That means yeah. I mean, yeah, you try it out. Like maybe it will be the thing for you. You know, like I mean, whenever I'm teaching animation, it's not a matter of copy what I'm doing, but find what is comfortable for you, and basically learn to do everything. Because in the end, like if you go to a project and the director says like, "Hey, I want everything that to look like it was drawn in pencil," raster is your friend. But if you're using, for example, Toon Boom or TV Paint, their vector tools are really good, and you can get like a vector line look like a pencil. So it all depends on the project. So practice as many styles, as many options as you can get, so you can get like the good results. Get this. Okay. So here, let's get rid of the old design. Yeah. Is the song getting on your nerves? It's getting on mine, so I'm gonna change it. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we get this. The head. Let's check for volume first. It's kind of smallish. Yeah, I mean it's very useful. It's just a matter of it. It feels unnatural to me. That's why I don't use them. But no, it's an awesome tool. Okay, this is gonna modify the hair here a bit, so we need to. Yeah, following like the overlap in action, the hair here, like that little like loose mohawk, like really lends itself for some really nice overlap. So take advantage of it. Yeah, that's one of the things. Like when you're designing your characters for animation, keep in mind how you want them to look and how to make them interesting when they move. So add elements like I don't know, a ponytail, maybe like antennas on his uniform, like whatever it needs to give it like a nice overlap in action as it moves, and it just make the animation interesting from the get go. So okay, let's see. Okay, I don't like the sphere here. So let's do something. Let's go to our. Let me the opacity up from our underdrawing here. Just do the sphere to the size that we like, and we go to our proper layer. Like for example, I do this, like I do several layers to have like an underdrawing. Like normally people shouldn't do that, but I don't know, with the workflow, as how I learned how to animate, this helps me to keep control of stuff. Like if I need to do like a very distinctive shape, I will do it on the underdrawing, and then bring it to the second cleanup layer. Just because, like for example, here we're gaining a little bit of volume, but wait, you see? Actually, no, we're losing volume on drawing too. So let's fix that. It should be something like this. It will force us to. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Yeah, and eventually we're gonna go into like puppet animation, but I'm not gonna use OpenToonz because I found this platform is unreliable for that kind of work. So we're gonna move to Mojo, but that's when we go over like all the principles of animation. That's all gonna be done in OpenToonz, and I'm also gonna go about bone work in OpenToonz. But I will advise you to use a platform that's a little bit more robust, like Mojo, for example. It's not that expensive, and it lends itself to do like proper like rigged animation. You can also draw in it, but okay, let's go to the underdrawing because I like the fact that I can like place everything really fast. Hmm. Moho, yeah, Mojo. I don't know how you pronounce it. Yeah, I'm proficient in that. Like I've used Toon Boom. I've used Adobe Animate. I'm not a big fan of Animate. It's just that I mean, Animate started as Flash by Macromedia, and it was really a tool for building websites. It just had all the elements to make animation, but I don't know. It was just piling on a on a platform doesn't cater for animation. So I don't know. I didn't like the workflow there. And Toon Boom is kind of expensive, so that's why I'm not using Toon Boom for the classes. Like I want people to be able to follow, even if you can use like an open source platform like this one. So yeah, just keeping it democratic, I guess. So the arm is going to be in front of the pocket here, so I don't think we get to see that detail in this drawing. I'll just reinforce the lines a bit. So here, you can see, okay, we start to see the back here, and I don't have information on the notes Art gave me, so I'll just improvise here, and if I get notes from Art, then I'll change it. By Art, I mean Art T. Bear, which is like the creator of Chrono Mechanics, basically the boss in this project. If you're interested in Art's books, Chrono Mechanics is not out. It's not has an active campaign, but right now he has Black and White Sins of the Father on Indiegogo, which the book looks awesome, and it's his IPs from the 90s. Like, oh, I normally animate in HD. I got myself like a nice video card. I mean, for today's standards, it's not that great. It's like 12 gigs, but it allows me to work comfortably in HD. If a client wants like 4K or something bigger, then yeah, I'll take in. I will like animate it that, but only by request. Like, I think from what I'm doing, HD is perfect. So yeah, it would be 1920 by 1080, you know, HD, 6:9 resolution. So here, you'll see the front of the pocket. As always, you can turn your canvas to be able to draw your ellipses comfortably. It's always good. Don't make your life more difficult than it needs to be. Whoops, there we go. So always check back to the model, how we're doing it here. Like, okay, this was the old model, this is the new one. And yeah, I have to take care of the logo. Like, I'm gonna do a pass on the logo because that's gonna go really fast later. So get rid of all the junk. So you know what? Let's make something interesting down here. Like the back is like it fastens itself. Make something like this, right? I don't know if I'm making any sense. Like, I understand myself. Sorry, but yeah, like just to make it interesting and will give me like a nice point of reference to show that the torso is turning. You know, like. go. Yeah, sometimes you draw a line on the wrong frame, and then OpenToonz interprets it as a new drawing. So be on the lookout for that. That actually happens with any software when you can draw like frame by frame. Like, be aware of in which frame you're drawing in, so you don't. Okay. Hey, don't worry. What's your first language? Mine is Espanol too. I just do it in English, so like more people can have access to this. But yeah, like I know I sound like Tony Montana. So yeah, I have other pencil animations. Like I have already 12 classes on my channel, on this channel. You can check them out. And some trailers I've done for like comic book campaigns. This has been my life for the last 5 years, like just doing like trailers and little animations like that, and things that are not out yet. No te preocupes, Analia. Like, en algún momento quiero sacar el canal en español también. Okay. Yeah, like I know my English is not that good, so. But that will, I mean, let's get this channel rolling, and then think about growing. Whoops. Okay, here we go. So here, I think I'm going to take this opportunity to make this back turn more pronounced. So let's do some construction here. Pero si yo hablo español también, ¿cuál es el problema? Como te digo, el canal en español lo quiero hacer en algún momento, pero como te digo, he tenido más gente expresando interés por el canal en inglés, ¿no? Entonces por eso empecé en inglés. And let's go back to English, because then I think we're at, like, I'm alienating some people by going into Spanish, so. Yeah, but don't worry, it's in the works. We're gonna. I'm planning on doing that. Okay, so this is good. Okay, we got this. Okay, so this is working. Yeah, I don't want to bore you with. Okay, so yeah, this is good. This is good. We're on drawing 5, 6, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 more drawings to go. Actually, no, 5 more drawings to go. Would you look at that? have this. We have this. Mm. Okay, so here. Remember, draw through the form to find the. There we go. Yeah, like I'm not being that precious. Is I just want to find the shape as it attaches to the form. Then on a second pass, I'll come in and just like get the shapes properly and check the volumes and all that. But I always found that working fast and being specific on one element of the task lends for better results. I mean, at least that's how my brain works. So see, like this shape is very dirty, but okay. Oh, drawn for animation? Give me 1 second so I can get the library. The good thing is that all these books I'm going to show you, you can get them in PDFs. So you just need to show the name. So give me 1 second. Okay, so let's make a parentheses right now on the animation, and let's go to show you some books. So the first book, even though it should be like outdated, because I know all you guys want to draw manga or it's cartoon animation by Preston Blair. This book will show you like what you need to look for when you're drawing for animation, and it's basically like this, this kind of shapes. And I know you've seen this before, but it trains your mind to basically see through the form. So when you're trying to rotate or make something move, you have more control over it. And this is a very simple book because the things can get complicated really fast. So this book by Preston Blair is a good way to start, a good book to start. Another book is the Animator Survival Kit, which is basically the book of walk cycles, really. Richard Williams is a beast of animation, and it's just like gives you pointers through a series of walk cycles on what to look for when you're drawing for animation. So it's a good source. And then I don't know where you're at, Analia, but life drawing is the center of all of this. With life drawing, you get like the George Bridgman's book. It's called Complete Guide to Drawing from Life, and the Glenn Vilppu life drawing manual. Like those two books will give you like started with what life drawing is, and then find like a life drawing club near you. And if you don't have one, like organize it. Like Get together with some uh, like-minded friends, and just like start drawing each other in movement. And that way you can get like you learn about gesture drawing, and you learn about volume and squash and stretch and whatnot. But another book, like if you're really not, and this is not really for animation, it's just for drawing. This book by Betty Edwards, Drawing with the Right Side of the Brain. This book will not teach you how to draw. This book will teach you how to see. Like how, because the things like the drawing, like people think the drawing is in the hand. The drawing is in how you look at the world and how you interpret the things you see. And this book will unlock that. Like there's a like one of my favorite exercises in this book is the dot exercise. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I don't know. It's very scientific, but basically, if you put a dot on a red square and you put it at the same size dot on a blue square, it will look bigger on the blue square than the red square. The red square would be smaller. It's because the color theory, like how it affects us. So that's one of the many things. Like you see a shape, so draw the negative space. So the space around it, like try to draw the space around it to define the shape. Like those little exercises will unlock things in your brain, and then you'll be like drawing better in a matter of months. So yeah, this book, Drawing with the Right Side of the Brain, very important. Okay, so let's go back to what we're doing here. So we're in drawing 9, almost done. Okay. And get rid of the sleeves, rid of the overall like elements, sleeves out. Hey, what's up, Art? The great RT Bear is in the chat, the boss of this project. And I took your notes, make a little arrangements here. I didn't change the pose because the things like the poses and movement. I know you were criticizing like the pose as it's like more heroic, but at this junction, like what I really wanted, or what I really needed was the elements of the uniform. So I'm taking care of that now. If you can see, we're almost done with the rust. Oh, the things like you didn't give me anything for the back, so I kind of made it up as I went. And this line here is too low. Let's. Oh, books are in the way. Let's place it a little bit higher. Okay. Okay, so now let's bring the onion skin. Okay, this works. A little bit of the chest. Good. So we get this. You guys remember, like, you can't get Chrono Mechanics at the moment, but RT Bear has another book, Black and White Sins of the Father. The book looks fantastic. I have the honor of working on the supplemental book for this campaign, so I vouch for this man. He is a precious treasure which it all shares. So go to Indiegogo and look for it. Black and White Sins of the Father, man. You won't regret it. And then you can get my book there too. Black and White High Octane 2. Electric Boogaloo. Like, yeah, it doesn't have like a nice catchphrase. But yeah, it's a really cool story. My style is a little bit more cartoony than arts. Since I'm an animator, that kind of makes sense. Uh, and I wrote it. Like, I was given the opportunity to write for the first time in my life. So I had to learn how to read to do that. So yeah, good times. So here, there's something we need to do here is we're emulating this pose. So you see this arm, at least this shoulder, is a little bit further ahead from this one. So in this pose, we have to do the opposite. So we should be able to see, make like the chest area here. Should see a little bit of the shoulder here. There's just little things that you should be on the lookout. And this head is too high. It doesn't need to be this high, so let's go around here. Yeah, in the pencil and paper days, I always say like, this is oh, you're cheating. You shouldn't be able to cut and like lower. But actually we did. Like, I remember like when I worked in a couple of projects, what we would do is we'd make a copy of the drawing, then cut it out, and then place it like. But you gotta be like really far along the project to do stuff like that. And also like a neat layout trick was doing the drawing really small, and so you can like have complete control of the perspective, and then blow it out, and then clean on top of the blown out drawing. Like little things that will make you like a more efficient artist working within the pipeline. So as I said, like right now we have a lot of digital tools at our disposal, so why not use them? It's the same thing. Okay, so we got this. Right. Oh, 2 more drawings to go. Would you look at that? Okay, so here I need the onion skin. Okay. Okay. I know this looks like a jumbled mess, but it will make sense in cleanup, so have a little faith. Here we go. So the leg is gonna push this pocket a bit. Okay, so last drawing. And we did this like in a little bit over an hour. Go me, I guess. It's actually quite good. Okay, so now, like, this drawing 12 is the link between drawing 11 and drawing 1. So what I need now is to turn on the onion skin here and here and see where the pocket lies. So we got the pockets here and the pockets here. So, okay. I mean, at some point during your like animation journey, you'll develop the eye to know exactly what's happening here. Because I know this looks like a jumbled mess, but you'll learn to like pick up on the things you're looking for. So okay, guys, let's see what we got. See if it needs anything that's fixing. And here we go. Okay, I don't like what's happening with the pocket. Seems to be. It should be. There's a mistake there. So it's coming. Okay, let's go back. So let's look at the bucket. But down, down. I don't know. What is it? Oh, okay. That's actually working. Okay. Good. Let's fix the logo here so it's not on brand. So let's do that real quick. Always remember long, confident strokes. All right. And also in cleanup shapes like this, you can always like copy, paste, and modify the shape of it. Oh no, this is from a comic book by R.T. Bear called Chrono Mechanics. It's an awesome story, and I had the book somewhere around here. And yeah, I don't know, Art. You want to make a video game out of this at some point? Yeah, the author, the creator of the IP is here also. So I don't want to speak for him, but yeah, this will make an awesome video game. Yeah. Okay, good. There we go. So, all right, guys. Like, I have to feed the family, so I'm gonna clean up one drawing. So you'll see the process of how it goes. It goes really fast, and then we're gonna call it a day. And then we'll meet up again at well, it's Saturday. When I'm gonna be keep working on the intro. I'll post it on X and Facebook, and then like regular classes on Tuesdays. So okay, let's start. So if you see on this side, yeah, yeah. Well, it depends. Like there's a like Spriter. If you use like software that cater to do sprites, yeah, it can be simpler. But yeah, you can make it difficult as as difficult as you want it to be. So okay, so right now this is gonna be my raster cleanup layer. So what I'm gonna show you is like the process I use. So since the model, I use a soft light layer to give like different colors to the outline. That's not really offered in. Whoops, what are you doing? That's not really offered in OpenToonz. So I have to have like different colors for the different elements of the character. So to do this, so it's always long, consistent lines. And as you get used to this workflow, like cleanup can be very easy, but always remember you have to check your volumes. As in, you don't want your character like going like wider or longer without justification, like like you're applying squash and stretch to it. Yeah, so you keep your lines confident. I'm not using any like pen stabilization or any of that stuff. This is just training your hand to do this confident line. So basically, you just grab a piece of paper and do lines and lines and lines. Just trying to get that confidence. Okay, this is too thick. You know what? Let's bring it down to -1. There we go. Okay. If I bring the opacity down a little bit more, I can see better what I'm doing. Good. Oh yeah. In OpenToonz, it's like Control Spacebar, and then you can like rotate the canvas. Yeah, just like an animation disc. Yeah, like when I used to own the school, I had like a like 14 animation discs. Like now, they're all lost to history. So yeah, I mean, I want to get another one just for like nostalgia, I guess. So you see, like, I can do it this in raster, but I wouldn't be this fast. So yeah, let's see the shape of the pockets. Okay. Mhm. Yeah, this that. Okay, so the boots, the outline for the boots is here. Remember, like, drawing through the form will like help you with the three-dimensionality of your drawing. So be on the lookout for that. And for example, like this line, like, like I cut it, but normally what I would go about it is just do the whole line so you can have like proper continuity and then just erase. And not like that. Come on. Okay. Remember, always remember you bring your lines from the back to the front. That way you can get like the proper like envelope and effect as like this detail like basically embraces the boot. Okay. Love. No, love face. Wait, what? There you go. So in OpenToonz, as in Toon Boom, you need to have like your shapes closed in order to use the paint bucket. So it's a good practice to go over your lines and see where everything's standing. So when it comes the time to use the paint bucket, like things are not so traumatic. So let's give it a try. There we go. That's good. So you see, it's really fast. If you pay attention to what you're doing. Now there's a thing that I don't know if you've noticing it, but I am. These little gaps. You know, these little gaps you get. Or at least the solution in OpenToonz is you have different modes. Yeah, like you can doing shadows in OpenToonz is really easy, but most effects I do it in After Effects just because I'm faster there. But yeah, you can do it in OpenToonz. The only problem is that the platform is not that stable. So rendering you might crash the software a lot. So that's why like I use OpenToonz for very specific things. So for example, to fill in the gaps here, you get your paint bucket tool here, and I don't know, like the live thing is over it, but you get like your type of paint bucket. You go from normal to freehand, and with freehand you just come in and you fill in the gaps. Like for example, you have a gap here, you pick the proper color, fill in the gap, fill in the gap. Here in the glove you have a gap, 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 gap. Gap, gap, gap. Another gap here, and another little gap here. Like just little things I noticed. We go back to normal. Whoops. Oh, here, for example, in the hair, like you have little open elements, and I just left it there so I can show you how I go about this. So I have the bucket color as a brush too. So this is an ink brush. So I just gently go filling in the gaps. Let's just paint it over, go to the freehand, fill in the gaps. Go. Yeah. So we got our cleanup character. So basically you go like that. about everything. Regarding shadows and highlights, it's also really easy. But as with everything with animation, you just do it in a different layer. So let's do a new layer here, a new level actually. Again, raster, and create an ink brush. And let's say our light source is coming from this direction. So it's front to back and right to left. That will give us this kind of shadows. And I'm just gonna do it very roughly. See, I'm not trying even to be precise, and I'm just trying to like make the shadow embrace the shape as it goes. Very good. This is gonna be in shadow too, so whoops. Yeah, there's a gap here. There it is. And here we do something that looks like this. A little bit of shadow here. Just like make that chest piece pop up a bit. So now that you have this, let's get rid of this arrow. Then you save. Remember, always save. And you have a couple of user interfaces up here. You go to animation, and back here you have like effect schematics, and you have like your stage schematics and your effect schematics. So your stage schematics is if you want to parent stuff, like for example, if you have a character driving a car and the car's moving, you can animate the character on the car normally, and then you will parent it to the car. So if you move the car, the character will move with the car. So that's for the stage schematic over here. So down here you go back to FX schematics, and this is how you do effects. So our shadows are on column 6. So we come here to column 6, and you apply the effects you need. For example, you click here, you add insert effects, and what the first thing you need is a layer blending. So you want to do, let's show it an overlay. Let's see how that looks. No, the overlay doesn't work because this is not Photoshop. Sorry about that. So now out of it's insert effects. There you go. For layer blending, we want to go with transparency. Do you see? It goes transparent now. Now, you can get your transparency. I don't know if you can see this dialog. Let me look for it. Yeah, there you go. You get your transparency dialog here, and then you say how transparent you want it to be. Let's say we want a 75% transparency. And that looks good, I think. So let's say yes to that. We can move this back. You click on the line, insert another effect. In this case, we want a blur. So the blur is very present. So you want to bring it lower, like to a 2. Yeah, and that's how you do. That's how you do shadows. If you want to do highlights or lighting, then again, same process. Another layer, do your shapes, and yeah. And the cool thing about this is that you always try to work in the actually work mode. Don't work with the effects mode, because then like OpenToonz is not gonna like it at all. So that's the thing. Let's go back to color, because I forgot to do something on this cleanup, and that was painting the teeth. Now notice it. I sincerely hope you didn't. You see? So that's how you go about it. So all right, guys. I'm gonna call it a night, because I got hungry people looking at me, making funny faces. So I have to go cook dinner. So this is the animation dojo for today. This is the run cycle. You can go on to the channel to watch the first episode of this sequence where we actually do the walk cycle. This is more like taking care of client notes and how to work from a model sheet. Next week we're gonna be doing and the first acting exercise, which is called Bad News. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to be using another character from another indie creator, King Cryptid by Alterna Comics and Peter Cimeri. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome, guys. So see you next Tuesday, and thank you for being here with me with the animation dojo. Yeah. See you guys. Take care.